Welcome to Keeping It Real with Nana. As you get ready to be inspired, informed, and entertained, get ready. Hello everyone, welcome to Keeping It Real with Nana. On today's episode, we'll be talking about what men really look for in a relationship. So stay tuned. Welcome everyone to Keeping It Real with Nana. Today we have two men in the building. Yes, two men. By the name
Hey Fadakoa.
and
Joshua Marco Asumeni.
Aish. Welcome guys. Thank you for joining us on this particular topic. So we'll be talking about, thank you. We'll be talking about what men look for in a relationship. Tell us. We're going to dive in right now. Now is the moment.
Seniority, I believe.
Okay, I'm gonna go obviously from what I look for in a relationship
Yeah.
from my female partner. The most important factor is spirituality, compatibility in terms of our belief. So oftentimes when we talk about relationship, there's one scripture that I often say to my fellows, to my brothers, that can two walk together unless they agree? Amos 3:3. And that's something that I look for in my woman.
Yeah.
In a sense that are we able to agree on a spiritual level? Are we able to agree financially? Are we able to agree on how to raise? What's your mindset concerning raising up your children?
Yeah.
Buying a house,
Yeah.
how we spend our things. So I think that is the nucleus of what I look for in a woman that will be able to have at least an agreement on similar things, what we want out of life.
So your values
Yes.
around these topics.
Yes.
Okay. How about you, Josh?
Yeah, I just want to reiterate his point really. Understanding is paramount in every relationship. As even the word says, relationship, we are on a ship relating to each other. So it means we're going somewhere together.
Yeah.
So to go somewhere together, there needs to be the same, focus, the same goal and objective at the end of it. Just to add a bit to what my brother said, understanding is needed, but also particularly I believe in commitment. So that's when the love aspect comes in. Not necessarily how we sometimes understand it as romantic,
Yeah.
all this,
Lovey-dovey.
like everything's so shiny.
Yeah.
But the commitment, the real love, unconditional,
Yeah.
based on not only committing to putting the other person's needs as the same as yours or as your priority, but also the personal discipline to remain committed.
Okay.
That's what I'm really looking in a relationship, and you get that through various ways by spending time together,
Okay.
talking and whatnot. Yeah.
Okay. Do you think ethnic similarity is important to consider? So I'm talking more, okay, I'm an African perhaps, or I'm a European, I'm British. What are the difficulties surrounding that? And are there, because you do have interracial relationships out there. And so, for some, it works. For some, it doesn't. What is your take on that?
I think that is subjective to the individuals
Absolutely.
Involved. And for me personally, I believe because of how I'm brought up and where I see my life, it will be beneficial for me to settle with let's say a Ghanaian woman, because that's I'm from Ghana. And
You're Ghanaian.
Yes.
Yep.
I think about culturally, the cultural differences in terms of even raising up my children.
Okay.
And some of these things are very, very important to me. Like I said earlier about agreement, how we are able to communicate on these kind of levels. So when I consider those factors, for me, I think that cultural difference is very important.
Yeah.
However, it can be different for someone else. It works, like you rightly said, it works for some people where you've seen, excuse me to say, a black person and a Caucasian white person, and the relationship is very, very good as long as you have the, understanding and you are committed to loving each other and reaching a common goal. It works. So I think that one. If you're talking to someone, it depends on you as an individual. Let's say you've been brought up here, you were born here, brought up here, and you are very good with the culture, the British culture, and you can mingle with them. By all means, do so. As long as your core values are met within that person, and you can, get to a common goal, and you feel like this person can help you in fulfilling your purpose. I think
that.
That is also a very important in the sense that you don't marry for your own convenience. You marry for purpose.
Yes.
Right.
You said it.
Preach to me.
You said it.
Yeah. Marriage is not just for entertainment. It's not for convenience. It's not something. It's for a purpose.
Yeah.
And so if an Indian, a Zimbabwean, a white person can help you fulfill that purpose, and you can work together, respect each other, by all means go for it.
Wow. Okay. Now, let me ask another question. The questions are a lot, so just get ready for this. Okay. So, back in the time of, let's say, our grandparents and that, they used to marry on the some I would say they would base marriage on wealth or status. Okay, so sometimes my question to you men is, do you think that there are certain things that can really intimidate you as a man looking at a woman? That, say, if a woman has a better job, can I say a better salary, what are the things that really can intimidate men? And does it intimidate you for yourselves?
You want to take that, bro?
Yeah, thank you. I think you mentioned a few. So salary. These are the things that can. I just want to make that clear.
Yeah.
That can intimidate men. I'm aware of financial status. So apart from salary, the actual income.
Yeah.
Apart from that, is also a lot of times I've realized women is popularity.
Okay.
Reputation.
And spirituality as well.
And spirituality.
Okay.
So
we'll come back to that. Okay.
So these are some of the things that can intimidate men, and even age. For example, the woman being older than the man. These are the things that can. Personally, and I want to be very clear about that.
Yeah.
I strongly believe that intimidation is something that comes from external pressure. So if a man is really stable in his being, who he is, and who God has called him to be, there is nothing externally that can influence that. And the moment we are influenced, we need to question our stability.
Yeah.
So you realize that we as men or people that really know who they are, identity is paramount. Without your identity, anything, and that is not necessarily to do even with the opposite sex necessarily.
Yeah.
It can even just be your friend doing better than you.
That can
become an issue to you. So personally, none of that kind.
Yeah, because for some men, seeing a woman doing great things, like nowadays women are really doing the most. Like we're doing fantastically well in the career world, and in comparison to back then, you would find women more in the house, looking after the kids and things like that. You know, over generations, things have changed, and you see women more having a career-driven, you know, type of way of approach to things. And for some, it can put them off because
You know,
knowing.
I feel like the issue with that is that their own credibility or acceptance of themselves comes from
Yeah,
how others
I like
perceive
that.
them.
Yeah,
You get me?
yeah,
So
yeah.
if you give people so much power,
Yeah,
how much power is left with it?
yeah.
So
I like
think
that.
that's the main
Okay.
issue.
Yeah.
You mentioned spiritual.
Spirituality.
Tell us.
I think that's one of the factors that most men are intimidated by, because if you look right from the beginning,
Yeah.
God gave leadership to the man, and that leadership comes in various factors, and let's say finance and everything. It's very well and good the woman being able to maybe earn some more money, salary and different factors. But I think when it comes to the issue of spirituality,
Yeah.
the man ought to attain that priesthood within the house. And so I think a man could be intimidated by a woman who can be perceived as more spiritually endowed
Okay.
than that man.
Okay. That's the first time I'm hearing this, but that's good. I like to hear new
For
things.
instance,
So
if
yeah.
you meet a woman, I think for me personally, it will inspire me not intimidated per se, but it would inspire me to step up with my spirituality, especially if I have the desire to marry such a woman.
Okay, fine.
Because no matter how the wisdom of the woman, how spiritually grown she is, you the man need to be able to step up.
Yeah.
Because you are a covering in that house for your wife and for your children. So you can't lead. That is one role that, like I said earlier, the woman can. God gave certain roles to men and women, and in as much as the societies has evolved and the women are earning more sometimes and everything, but the roles that God gave us hasn't changed.
Yeah.
And we shouldn't try to change it. So if I endeavor or I aspire to marry someone and I can perceive that this person is there, that is one area that I have got to grow up. I have got to step up. Yeah, so I think that is that. And like our brother said, in that aspect, I don't think it's just about external thing. And I think, like when you said the external stuff, you get intimidated about external things when inwardly you know that they are true.
Yeah. Agree.
Right?
Yeah.
So, though people are saying, they can be saying these things, if they are not true, they don't bother you. But inwardly, you know that they are true.
Yeah.
And if
Accepted.
and if it is, and you want to then, there's nothing wrong with your woman earning more than you. I mean, you can improve, but if she earns more than you, as long as the woman is still submissive and respects you as a man, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. But there are some aspects, like I said, the spirituality, you, the man, have to step up. You have got to step up.
Yeah.
Because some of the men in church sometimes are slacking. And it's like...
when you're calling on for men, it's just like the smallest voice in the church.
Exactly. But then you come and say you want godly woman and these kind of things.
You know, that's it's a deeper conversation.
That's really...
That is reason. Because these things, the reality of the matter is, as you were mentioning, speaking about roles and everything, men have been given headship.
Yeah.
And it's not how 21st century understands it as this dictator manipulator and all of that. Headship as in, humbly loving the person. That's what headship really means.
Yeah.
And women are given the role of submission. But you see, there's two ways to go about this. And a lot of times, many, I guess, out of the lack of knowledge necessarily, or going by what they feel like, choose the wrong path. So there is exactly what God requires from us. What was happening already in the beginning. That's why Jesus said it was not so in the beginning. There was a particular something, synergy that was happening there. That is perfect plan of God for it to happen. And men as in mankind has depraved this understanding over the course of generations. So you realize that when it comes to headship, men think is rulership. Rather than servant leadership. So it's either the guy is dictator so strong, or the other aspect of it is that they're so indifferent. It's like, okay, that's what the Bible says, but I'm not bothered. Kind of thing. Those two are wrong. And then there is a submission whereby it's like, I don't know anything. Type of that. We've seen many of these back in the day. And there's the other, okay, well, I don't need a man anyways. There's two aspects of this. And unless we get to what God has required from us, we will always miss the point. That's why everything that's going on now is happening. In a classroom, unless the correct answer is given, you realize that everyone will come with, it's 2, this equation is 5. But when the teacher speaks, the answer is 3.
And that's final. I like that. Wow. Okay. We're going to go into a bit of a different route right now. Okay. So there's been a few comments about people feeling, or just generally, people feeling that we live in a sex-driven society. Okay. So what women sometimes get frustrated about is all men want is sex. And that's all you look for. Not for everyone. I'm not speaking for every man. But these are the frustrations women have. And it makes them feel like, I don't need a man. Or rather, when a good guy comes their way, they push them.
They don't believe it.
Yeah.
It's like, it can't be possible.
It can't be true. Or in other words, this man hasn't got standards. So, I don't know. What's your take on that?
I think there are 2 factors here. One of it is especially if you are considering marriage. I said it to someone, I think this week. Marriage, and I've heard it said somewhere by a pastor, marriage is not for boys. Marriage is for men. And man, since we've been talking about this, myself thinking about the issue of marriage, is for a man who is, ready spiritually, financially, emotionally, physically. Because when you get married, you're going to have to be there for your wife in all those areas. Mentally, you have to be there. Right? And, ultimately for your children as well. Now, talking about the issue of sex. Sex is, it's a thing whereby it's been projected so much in our society now. It's all that we see. It's all that we see. And
you hear it on music videos, movies.
Can I say this? It's all that we are fed.
Yes. You
see, and you're not so different from what you eat. And that's the truth of the matter.
I agree totally. Wow.
You see,
that's all we're fed.
I think my brother and I were talking about today, right? From the girls from a young age, it's like if you don't comport yourself in a certain way, if you don't do this, you will not find a good husband. If you don't do this, you will not find a good husband. But the men never get things like that. When are they going to hold a man, like parents and even the church and society in general? Men, hold men to a position whereby you train the man for a good wife. Because
it's not even for them necessarily, but to be a good husband, to be a good wife. That's what a lot of time we miss, that what we are doing is necessarily for the other person. And I strongly want us to break out from that understanding. And you see, as we are talking about all this, before my brother continues, the whole point is, unless we take our appropriate responsibility,
Yeah.
there will always be issues.
Yeah.
You know, it takes good men to do nothing for evil to prevail. So the moment everyone is just so relaxed,
Yeah.
oh, it doesn't matter. That's the generation.
Yeah.
Yeah, let them do it.
Yeah.
They will grow up. No,
Yeah.
no.
It will be with them forever. And it will become a problem. Okay.
And, also, the issue of sex, again, sometimes, not always, but most of the times, you attract what you are.
Wow.
In a sense that, listen,
He has said it.
yeah. You cannot be going out, you know, dressing certain type of way and expect saying a different kind. Let your action
Wow.
correspond. Let your action correspond to what you are looking for. You know, your conduct and everything that you preach, let it match up to, you know, your
What you want.
Exactly.
Bro, a slave does not eat with kings.
You see?
Go there.
Wow.
Go there.
That is just a simple fact. You're selling yourself in a way, but then you want this kind of, the way I look at when like obviously planning to get married and stuff like that. There's certain type of woman, no matter how good you are, how beautiful you are, I look at, listen, the way you're dressed, you know, your appearance, the people you associate yourself with. There's certain type of woman, I will even engage in a conversation with you.
Right. Okay.
And you might be a good person, but what I see is the first thing I see.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so if you want to attract a good woman, a good man, then be modest.
Yes. Okay.
And
Okay.
in the way that you speak and the way that you act in public and everything, by so doing, you attract a good man.
Wow.
Can we
Wow.
not, in that aspect also, and this is controversy that I want to raise.
Oh,
Yeah.
In that
bring it
aspect,
on.
Can we not sometimes fall into the trap of pretension?
We can.
Oh, yeah.
You can do. You can
Oh,
do.
yes.
Most definitely. You
Do
can
you
do.
see what I'm
It's
coming
there.
from? Because in a sense, it's like, what's your reputation kind of thing. So a lot of people, and I've seen this happening. The reason why I'm bringing it on is I've seen it happening even in our settings sometimes, whereby this is what we've been told, what
Yeah.
the person has been told. So they try their best to showcase at least. But I think just to re-answer my own self,
Yeah.
is you will know them by their fruit.
Yes. It will show
conversation,
up.
Actually spending the time going
Yeah.
into those are also needed.
You
So
can only lie for so long.
and discernment is key.
Yeah.
You get
Yeah.
me? It's not a lot of times we go by exactly what we see, but not necessarily knowing what's inside.
Yeah.
So that was just the item.
Havid, you said something about depending on who you as a woman you associate yourself with,
Yeah.
it can put a man off. Am I right?
Yeah. And
That is very deep, you
that
know.
aspect, yeah. What was it? My brother said something, deformation by association. He often says something like that.
Deformation by association.
You yourself might not be good, but because of the people you hang around with, people might be like, this group, forget.
Wow.
Forget. So if your friends are your friends and you want to hold yourself to a certain standard, ensure that you get your people in check. Like my brother will say something. If I do something that, is not,
Wow.
they don't see as normal, they will say, Ujam, and say, yeah. Sorry to
Yeah.
say. You can say, bro,
Wow.
I don't see you well. What's going
Yeah.
on? You can say,
You know,
Yeah.
we've done it so much, it has become a joke.
It's
Yes,
because-
yeah, I can tell. But it's good because you're keeping each other in
We are
check,
accountable. We are accountable.
right?
We are accountable.
Wow.
I don't see you well. And so, just by the people you hang around with, a person that could be golden, observing you from far, be like, I don't want to talk to this girl because
Yeah.
of this person that they associate themselves with.
Yeah. Wow. That is deep. Okay. All right. So, next thing I want us to discuss is some men. Let me just come in here small. I know I'm a woman, but let me speak some small something.
Yes.
Do you agree that some men say things like, girls nowadays don't have they don't have any game. So in a godly way of dating, like there's no need to uphold these godly standards and stuff like that, because girls don't have like what.
If a
what's
man
your
says that man, I question your integrity.
okay?
That man that says that, I question your integrity, because the things that you do, it says more about you than that about that person.
Wow.
Jesus
Okay.
said that it's not what goes into a man that defiles him; it's what comes out of him.
Wow.
That's right.
So if you even open your mouth to say that thing, I question you.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
You see, the most important thing of a person is the intention.
Yes.
And
Yes.
and time and truth is the reveal of these things.
Absolutely.
So the moment something like that is uttered by a man, your intentions are already wrong. Completely.
Yeah.
Because the moment, in a sense, sex prevails, or what you can necessarily gain from the person,
Yeah.
is what prevailing in your mindset. Already know that you've signed for defeat. You've signed for failure. So stuff like that are very tricky, because many people think these things, but if you say them,
Yes.
and,
Yes.
and that's what for men and women at all, I really want to encourage.
Yeah.
Be very careful of the associations that you keep and the people that you call friends.
Friends.
Or the people that you even speak to.
Wow.
It's deeper than what we think.
Yeah, we
friendship
take it
is.
for granted,
And
really. I feel.
I want us to normalize calling this person a colleague.
Acquaintance.
We've not. Everyone is someone's friend. That's incorrect.
Yeah.
What a friend real is.
Wow.
And you know about all the things that we understand. Yeah. And I bless God for the scriptures. Until I actually delve in
For
a lot of
yourself.
mistakes, that people are making. But once you're in, you realize that a friend, the Bible says that a friend is someone that loves at all
All
times.
time.
A brother is created from adversity. How many of the people have you seen in your life?
Hallelujah.
Love you in the good and in the bad. But we claim they are our friends. We need to normalize.
It's
he's my
become a
acquaintance.
title.
He's
Sorry.
my acquaintance. He's
Yeah.
my colleague. He's my schoolmate. We need to normalize those things. Not everyone is your
It's
friend.
your friend.
And not only having the same, preferences or direction or things that common grounds
Yeah.
make you a friend. Because then I love Manchester United. How many other people are United fans? Are they all my friends?
Please. Very true. Very true. Okay. What of godly dating advice? What would you say about that? How in this generation can we uphold godly dating? And what is godly dating anyway? First of all.
Should I go?
I was going to define something, but go on.
No, go ahead. Define
Okay.
it.
I think if we want to put a definition, or my definition, I would say godly dating is dating that glorifies God. So dating within the confinements that are approved by God.
Okay.
So, and that dating, the end result is for us to get married. Right. Now, going to the question, I think if one of the things that I will hold dearly to godly dating is accountability. And accountability, I mean both of you holding each other accountable in terms of the boundaries, but it doesn't stop there.
Okay.
You need to have spiritual accountability, as in who is the man, who is feeding the man in terms of spiritually, advising them.
Okay.
And you, the woman, as well. Oftentimes, we have our ministers and the ministers' wives and even elders. You need to have someone that you can talk to about some of these things, questions, and they can advise you.
Yeah.
Recently, I've been getting myself and even my brother been getting close to our district minister and his wife.
Yeah.
And the things that we've learned about even relationships and women, it's been remarkable and it's helped me so much. So a man or a woman that wants to get married, and you're, let's say you're dating, talk to your district minister. You're not ready to date in a godly way if you shy away from accountability. It also, says a lot about your maturity.
Yeah.
If you're matured,
Yeah.
like I said, marriage or even godly dating is for the matured.
Yeah.
And if you're matured, you know the importance of that spiritual leadership upon your relationship. They can guide you in the right way, how to talk, the finance, and all of these things come into play. So if you're at a place whereby you don't want anyone to know about your relationship, it means you're not ready to date in a godly way.
So are you trying to say your relationship status should be public? Like,
Not
should
public.
you
No.
publicize?
No.
What do you,
No,
okay,
no,
so
no.
elaborate a bit more on that.
I mean, you see,
You mean don't keep it between
Just
just the two of you?
I mean,
There
come
should
on.
be a
Yeah.
few people that know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Growing
That
up
can
with-
keep you in check? Is that what you
Exactly,
mean?
precisely.
Okay.
When we were younger, boyfriend, girlfriend here, no one wants their parents to know what's
To
going
know.
on.
Yeah.
But when you get to that level,
Yeah.
that dating should be, in fact, your
Intentional.
parents- exactly. Your parents should even know. Your parents should know. And thereby, they have wisdom that they can give you.
Yeah.
If you're not seeking to do, things your own way or to sin or do anything,
Yeah.
there should be nothing stopping you from sharing things with your parents and, your spiritual head
Yeah.
and things like people like that.
Okay. By the way, what I've noticed is you guys have not mentioned mutual attraction, good looks at
I thought we
all.
were getting there. Come on.
You guys, I'm sure you agree with me. Yeah, tell us.
You see, yeah, that is an important one. It's a very, very important one. But I feel like we've touched on the most important because attraction is there, and I can see someone, and you could be attracted to so many people, but not everyone will have these qualities that we're talking about here. And the things that you got attracted to in the first place, as you grow older and things change, you'll be like, some of these, the human body will change. So those are not the core
They'll
thing.
fade.
Yeah, those are not the core thing.
Yeah.
The core thing are the mutual agreements and the things that we've touched on. Attraction is very, very good. It's there.
Like, as you were speaking here, and we were mentioning attraction, one thing that comes to my mind is how, when you look at, let's say, a table of needs of men in general, I mean, men out there, the first is sexual attraction.
Yeah.
That's
exactly.
why I'm not surprised that you were waiting for it to come out so
I'm so surprised. I'm like,
but,
you've not mentioned it.
The thing that
Yeah.
we have gotten to understand is that attraction is important, but it's not vital.
Wow.
And the reason why I'm saying that is marriages, relationships go through seasons. And the season of attraction will not always be there.
Yeah.
As you mentioned,
Wow.
Riley mentioned, you will grow. Your body will change.
Yes.
Things that used to be firm. We are keeping it real.
Yes, yes,
keeping it
absolutely.
These are things that we deem or we've been taught that they are taboo, but they need to be spoken about.
Yes,
Yeah.
I
These
agree.
things will transform.
Absolutely.
No, like as a person, it's either you're growing better or you're growing worse.
Yeah.
Any aspect of your life, there's
Yeah.
always some movement happening, and attraction will change regardless. And even attraction sometimes is related to a lot of freedom. When there is freedom, you can be attracted and do a lot of things.
Yeah.
But as responsibilities increase, children's come into play, and all of those things, it's important, it's paramount to keep that fire, that attraction going. But you realize along the line that it's not everything.
It's not everything.
So the moment a man marries just because of attraction, bro, I'm sorry for you.
It will not last.
Because
You've messed up.
Wow.
and the thing is that before you get into these relationships, the question that I always pose myself is, will I still be in love with this person 50 years down the line. You see, it's not a joke. It's a lifelong decision.
It's not a short-term thing.
No. It's not a holiday. You get like literally.
Yeah.
It's hard work, and it's the only hard work that you can never get holiday from. It's 24/7.
You need to be committed.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Whenever I hear people for better, for worse, for richer, for till
It still resounds.
And I'm like,
there's a lot of meaning. Absolutely. Wow.
But in that aspect also, I think there's a way where couples can help each other.
Definitely.
I believe couples should give grace to love each other. For instance, you can give him grace to love you more. Likewise, he can do the same. In the sense that I could wake up to you today and be like, maybe, oh, babe, you did your hair this way. I think it's better when you do it this way.
Okay.
I like it better when you put your hair up and your hair up. You tell them, you teach each other, your wife could do something that it will spark out something. And so you give them that ability for things to grow the more as we go on. So with that attraction element, we have to talk, communication and everything. It will change. It will change. And
and attraction grows.
Definitely, most definitely.
Attraction grows or decreases.
It depends.
Exactly. And I believe strongly that anything that you water will grow. Anything that you neglect will die. So a lot of times you realize that people started and it looks so fantabulous. The pictures, the videos, everything is JJ. And in our home saying we have Odomno, Odofufro, like it's brand new, so everything is darling, husband, sweetie, everything is. But the test of time is what will determine a real marriage. Absolutely.
Longevity. I like that. Okay, on that note, we shall continue into another episode. Guys, stay tuned for the next one because the other one is just getting more juicier, So stay tuned and we'll come back to you guys. Stay blessed. Welcome to Keeping It Real with Nana. As you get ready to be inspired, informed, and entertained, get ready.